Hey guys, it's Marshall Ting with your Superior Ag Insurance Ringside Report for this past week, the week of September 28th through October 4th. So, another busy week here across the state of Kentucky in your auction barns and markets. 16,578 head of cattle marketed statewide. Now, if you compare that to this time last week, you're down about 2,000 head. But compare it to a year ago, you're up actually about 2,000 head. But let's talk about this market, guys. That's the question that's on everybody's mind. What's going on? Well, there's a lot of things going on in the world around us, and it is fall. And those two things combined has made this market, I won't call it unevenly steady to say the best. It's anywhere from $5 higher to $4 lower, just depending on where you're at, guys, and what kind of cattle you've got going on. You're really starting to see a big influx of these calves right off the cows, and that is making a huge impact on your market, especially with this cooler weather and all this rain that we've got in the first half of this week and the forecast of it this past week. That you're starting to see some really big spreads on these weight categories as far as your weaned and preconditioned calves versus those fleshier calves that are right off the cow. So that's what's going on there. But nonetheless, check these prices out, guys. Your 3-weight steers this past week, they've topped off at $5. Your 4-weight steers, call us about $4.20 as an average. They topped off at $4.80. Your 5-weight steers, call us $4 as an average. They topped off at $4.48. And your 6-weight steers, you saw a really big spread here on those guys. $3.60 is what I won't call them as an average, but nonetheless, they topped off at $4.13. But check out your loads. We had some really nice loads this week. Here's 60 head of 821 weight steers. These are all blacks. $364.50. 63 head of them, just a little bit heavier. 832s on the average, all blacks, $363.50. Now here's a set of mixed steers right in the middle. 63 head of these mixed steers, 842 at $357. And then get on up here. Here's some heavier cattle. These will be blacks and just a few Charolais crosses on them. 60 head of these, 862 at $352. So as you can see, once you start breaking over that 850 mark, that's where you're starting to see the price per pound decrease, but your total dollars is still there, guys. Now, we have been seeing spots here in the state of Kentucky. Check out these Holstein trade, guys. We never see these things. We've had 3 loads of them here this past week. Here's 49 head of Holstein steers, weighed 882 on the average at $288.20. 56 head of them, just a little heavier, 940 on the average, $294 and a quarter. And close off with some big heavy 9-weights, guys. 53 head of these, 977 on these Holstein steers at $278 flat. Now, as far as your CME feeder cattle index is concerned, Monday the 29th, CME feeder cattle index 365.33. Tuesday the 30th, 364.71. Took a little bit of a drop here on Wednesday the 1st, 361.63, but we rallied back on Thursday the 2nd, 362.57, and we closed out strong Friday the 3rd at 363.47. So that's what's going on in your cash market here in the state of Kentucky. That's what's going on in your CME feeder cattle index, guys. If you have any questions about any of this information or you're interested in the LRP policy, there really is no better time than right now to invest in one of those. Feel free to reach out to the guys. Call Ian Thomas at 859-613-2453. Call